Today, we're going to break down a really clever cyber attack, one that turns a screen you see all the time into a dangerous trap. It's called the ClickFix Attack, and believe it or not, it works by hiding malware right out in the open. So, let's get into it. All right, take a look at this. It's just a Windows update screen, right? We've all seen this a million times. The progress bar's chugging along, the text looks legit. But what if I told you this entire screen is fake? A complete fabrication designed to trick you into infecting your own computer.
So you're probably wondering, how does this actually work? Well, the first part of the trap is all about social engineering. Attackers have moved on from old tricks, like those fake "I'm not a robot" checks. Now they use this super realistic, full-screen Windows update page. It's designed to look so normal that you just trust it and follow the instructions without thinking twice.
This whole technique is called ClickFix, and what makes it so dang effective is just how simple it is. A web page secretly, and I mean silently, copies a malicious command to your clipboard. Then all it has to do is convince you to run it. You actually become the final critical piece of the puzzle to compromise your own system. And here's the play-by-play. The fake update looks like it's finishing up, and then a little prompt pops up. It tells you to press the Windows key plus R to open the run box, then paste, then hit enter. It's just 3 simple steps, and it feels like a slightly weird but harmless part of an update. But boom. The second you hit enter, the trap is sprung.
So how does this stuff get past your security software? Well, the command you paste isn't something obvious like virus.exe. Instead, it uses mshta.exe, which is a totally legitimate, trusted part of Windows. This is what we call a living off the land technique. You're basically using the system's own tools against itself, which helps the whole operation blend right in with normal computer activity.
Okay, so you've run that initial command, but where is the actual malware? This is where the ClickFix attack goes from just being clever to, honestly, kind of brilliant. There's no malicious file to download. The real payload is hidden somewhere you'd never think to look, inside a completely innocent-looking picture. The technique they use is called Steganography. The best way to think about it is like writing a secret message with invisible ink inside a regular birthday card. To anyone just looking at it, it's a card. But if you know the secret, if you have the special light, you can reveal the hidden message. Same idea here, but way more high-tech.
And this really shows you the two sides of the coin. On the left, that's what you and your antivirus software see. Just a normal PNG image file. Nothing to see here. But on the right, that's what the malware sees. Dangerous code, or shellcode, literally woven into the color data of the image's pixels. It's hiding in plain sight.
So how do they get the code back out of the picture? Well, a special little loader program opens the PNG file. Then it starts reading the raw data from the pixels, but only from a specific color channel. Say, the blue value in every single pixel. It takes all those values, pieces them back together, and rebuilds the malware payload right there in your computer's RAM without ever writing a file to your hard drive. Now, once that malware is rebuilt in memory, it needs a safe place to hide and run. So what does it do? It injects itself into a core Windows process, something like explorer.exe, the thing that runs your desktop and your file folders. By hiding inside a process that's always running and completely trusted, it can just operate silently in the background, totally undetected. Okay, so after all that work, the fake screen, the hidden command, the code hidden in pixels, what's the end game? What is this malware actually trying to accomplish once it's up and running on your system? Well, in the cases that researchers have analyzed, the payloads were 2 nasty bits of malware called LumaC2 and Rhadamanthys. They're both what we call Infostealers, and their job is exactly what it sounds like. They steal your information. We're talking passwords, browser history, crypto wallets, you name it. And, this method is incredibly persistent. There was a huge international law enforcement operation called Operation Endgame that specifically went after the Rhadamanthys malware. But even after that takedown, these fake Windows Update lures were still active online. The delivery system is so good, it actually outlasted the malware it was built to deliver. Now, I know this all sounds pretty scary, but here's the good news. There are some really effective ways to defend against this. So let's walk through what you can do to stay safe, whether you're a regular user or an IT pro. First things first, the researchers who uncovered this whole scheme made one point above everything else. Because this attack starts by tricking a person, the single most powerful defense you have is you. Your awareness is what breaks the chain. So for everybody listening, this is the most important takeaway.
Windows Update will never, ever ask you to copy and paste a command into a run box, period. No legitimate website, no real security check, nothing will ask you to do this. If you ever see a prompt like that, it is a giant red flag. Just close the tab and walk away.
Now, for the IT and security teams out there, you can take some proactive steps. For one, you can actually disable the run command box using group policy. It's also a great idea to set up monitoring to detect when a core process, like explorer.exe, suddenly launches a scripting tool like mshta.exe. And if you're doing forensics, the run MRU registry key is a goldmine for finding suspicious commands that were recently executed.
And that pretty much wraps it up. The ClickFix attack is just a brilliant and frankly terrifying reminder that sometimes the best hiding places are right out in the open. It really leaves us with one final thought to chew on. If malware can hide inside the very pixels of an image, where else is it hiding? Right in front of our eyes?